Hiya guys, how you doing? It's me, good old Nudger, and I'm back with another comedy reaction. As it's the weekend, it's Friday, so rather than music, I'll do a couple of stand-up comedians for you instead over the weekend. I started this last week, and it went down okay. The views were okay, so I'm going to continue it. And I'm going to continue as well with George Carlin. And what a laugh George Carlin can be. But he tells you the truth, but in a comical way, which I think is genius on his part, to be honest. But yeah, so today, like I said, we're continuing it, and this is Saving the Planet. Now, as always, before I start, don't hit the thumbs up. Do everything, you know the code, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, you know it, yada yada yada. Let's get to George. Let's see what George has got to say on saving the planet, shall we? If it's anything like the other things, it's going to be good. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go, George, come on.
See, I'm not one of these people who's worried about everything. You got people like this around you. Country's full of them now. People walking around all day long, every minute of the day, worried about everything. Worried about the air, worried about the water, worried about the soil. Worried about insecticides, pesticides, food additives, carcinogens. Worried about radon gas, worried about asbestos. Worried about saving endangered species. Let me tell you about endangered species, all right? Saving endangered species is just one more arrogant attempt by humans to control nature. It's arrogant meddling. It's what got us in trouble in the first place. Doesn't anybody understand that? Interfering with nature. Over 90%, way over 90% of all the species that have ever lived on this planet, are gone. They're extinct. We didn't kill them all. They just disappeared. That's what nature does. They disappear these days at the rate of 25 a day. And I mean regardless of our behavior. Irrespective of how we act on this planet, 25 species that were here today will be gone tomorrow. Let them go gracefully. Leave nature alone. Haven't we done enough? We're so self-important.
Aren't we just? And I think now, from when he did this, I think this was done in 1999, this routine that he did. And can you imagine, from 1999 to now, so you're looking 25 years, right? Within 25 years, how many places have been built up on which was like more nature reserved? Yeah, no, that's been built on. I mean, I used to live down in East London, as you can probably tell from my accent. And when they built the Olympics, you know, even just the area for the Olympic Village, the stadium, what do they call it? The aerodrome, which was for the cycling, the diving centre. Everything like that was a huge area, which was full of, it was nature as well as a big industrial area as well. But there was a lot of nature there, and it's gone. You know, and years ago, I had a job caretaking at the Olympic Village, and that's where all the Olympians stayed. So all these apartment buildings were built, and as well as apartment buildings, there was hotels, shops, restaurants, as you can imagine. And because they was built so quick, there was so much going wrong with it. So much. Within 5 years after the Olympics, there was cracks in the walls. It was terrible. But all that nature was gone. You know, so I can see what George Carlin is on about. And as for people grumbling about the insecticides and pesticides, oh my God. From what I remember, in 1999, there wasn't as many people claiming to be vegan as there is now, screaming and shouting, "Oh, you're killing millions of animals!" Not as many as what you are. So, yeah, let's carry on.
So self-important. Everybody's gonna save something now. Save the trees, save the bees, save the whales, save those snails.
Now, people have gone from saving the whales to identifying as a whale. Imagine that. That's how nuts this world has gone in 25 years.
And the greatest arrogance of all, save the planet. What? Are these fucking people kidding me? Save the planet? We don't even know how to take care of ourselves yet. We haven't learned how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? I'm getting tired.
Oh, come on! I cannot believe this has happened during this. We'll get back quick.
These fucking people kidding me?
Sorry about that.
Save the planet? We don't even know how to take care of ourselves yet. We haven't learned how to care for one another. We're gonna save the fucking planet? I'm getting tired of that shit.
I don't blame him. I am as well.
I'm tired of fucking Earth Day. I'm tired of these self-righteous environmentalists, these white bourgeois liberals who think the only thing wrong with this country is there aren't enough bicycle paths. People trying to make the world safe for their Volvos. Besides, environmentalists don't give a shit about the planet. They don't care about the planet. Not in the abstract, they don't. Not in the abstract, they don't. You know what they're interested in? A clean place to live. Their own habitat. They're worried that someday in the future they might be personally inconvenienced. Narrow, unenlightened self-interest doesn't impress me. Besides, there is nothing wrong with the planet. Nothing wrong with the planet. The planet is fine. The people are fucked.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. In the head.
The planet is fine. Compared to the people, the planet is doing great. It's been here 4.5 billion years. Did you ever think about the arithmetic? Planet has been here 4.5 billion years.
Yeah.
We've been here, what, 100,000? Maybe 200,000? And we've only been engaged in heavy industry for a little over 200 years. 200 years versus 4.5 billion.
Yeah.
And we have the conceit to think that somehow we're a threat? That somehow we're going to put in jeopardy this beautiful little blue-green ball that's just a-floating around the sun? The planet has been through a lot worse than us. Been through all kinds of things worse than us. Been through earthquakes, volcanoes, plate tectonics, continental drift, solar flares, sunspots, magnetic storms, the magnetic reversal of the poles, hundreds of thousands of years of bombardment by comets and asteroids and meteors, worldwide floods, tidal waves, worldwide fires, erosion, cosmic rays, recurring ice ages, and we think some plastic bags and some aluminum cans are going to make a difference? The planet.
Let me just ask all of you, let me just ask you one simple question. Have you heard of Noah and his ark? You have? Right, exactly. The animals went in, you had to collect all the animals 2 by 2, yeah? Right. That flood, that everywhere around the world, so many countries, so many religions all agree on one thing. At some point, this world was changed by a huge flood, right? Because there's still evidence of it now. You can still see the erosion that the flood waters created, right? Now, another possibility as well is 15,000 years ago, we were still in the Ice Age. And maybe 15,000 years ago, because the way our planet revolves around the sun, right, we go through, part of it, there is a huge possibility, we go through almost like an asteroid belt, right? And we get pelted every now and then by little comets that come in. Now, this is what they call the Younger Dryas impact theory. Okay, just for the yous that don't know. What people are guessing now, or saying now, what could have happened, it's not a guess, they're actually, well, it is more often than not, I think, but is that comets came in, boom, 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 hit these gigantic icebergs, right, which covered most of the northern hemisphere. Now, bearing in mind, we're not talking little ones, we're talking ice 2 miles high, right? It is humongous. And these asteroids, bang, they hit it instantly, making a lot of water. And that much water coming down is what caused that flood. But you won't hear that. So, oh, no, that could not have possibly been it. Really? Show me the proof that it wasn't, because there's more proof out there that says it was. So I'll leave you with that. If you have any other comments about that, let me know in the comments. But so far, I'm agreeing 1,000,000% with George. 1,000,000.
The planet isn't going anywhere. We are.
Yep.
We're going away.
Mm-hmm.
Pack your shit, folks. We're going away. And we won't leave much of a trace either. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Maybe a little styrofoam. Maybe. Little styrofoam. Planet will be here and we'll be long gone. Just another failed mutation. Just another closed-end biological mistake. An evolutionary cul-de-sac. The planet will shake us off like a bad case of fleas. A surface nuisance.
Yep.
You want to know how the planet's doing? Ask those people at Pompeii who are frozen into position
Yeah.
from volcanic ash how the planet's doing. Want to know if the planet's all right? Ask those people in Mexico City or Armenia or 100 other places buried under thousands of tons of earthquake rubble if they feel like a threat to the planet this week. How about those people in Kilauea, Hawaii, who build their homes right next to an active volcano and then wonder why they have lava in the living room?
Yep.
The planet will be here for a long, long, long time after we're gone, and it will heal itself, it will cleanse itself, because that's what it does. It's a self-correcting system. The air and the water will recover, the earth will be renewed, and if it's true that plastic is not degradable, well, the planet will simply incorporate plastic into a new paradigm, the earth plus plastic.
Mm-hmm.
The earth doesn't share our prejudice towards plastic. Plastic came out of the earth. The earth probably sees plastic as just another one of its children. Could be the only reason the earth allowed us to be spawned from it in the first place. It wanted plastic for itself. Didn't know how to make it. Needed us.
Within just 24 hours,
this is
you'll
ridiculous.
find 1,000 euros.
No, it won't. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to... Wait. Go back. This is completely nuts. Sorry about that, guys. This is terrible. What I'm going to do, go back a bit. There we go. Right, you ready? Sorry about that.
If it's true that plastic is not degradable, well, the planet will simply incorporate plastic into a new paradigm, the earth plus plastic. The earth doesn't share our prejudice towards plastic. Plastic came out of the earth. The earth probably sees plastic as just another one of its children. Could be the only reason the earth allowed us to be spawned from it in the first place. It wanted plastic for itself.
Yep.
Didn't know how to make it. Needed us. Could be the answer to our age-old philosophical question, why are we here? Plastic. Assholes. So, the plastic is here. Our job is done. We can be phased out now. And I think that's really started already, don't you? I mean, to be fair, the planet probably sees us as a mild threat, something to be dealt with. And I'm sure the planet will defend itself in the manner of a large organism, like a beehive or an ant colony can muster a defense. I'm sure the planet will think of something. What would you do if you were the planet trying to defend against this pesky, troublesome species? Let's see. What might... viruses. Viruses might be good. They seem vulnerable to viruses. And viruses are tricky, always mutating and forming new strains whenever a vaccine is developed. Perhaps this first virus could be one that compromises the immune system of these creatures. Perhaps a human immunodeficiency virus, making them vulnerable to all sorts of other diseases and infections that might come along. And maybe it could be spread sexually, making them a little reluctant to engage in the act of reproduction. Well, that's a poetic note. And it's a start. And I can dream, can't I? Mm-hmm. So I don't worry about the little things. Bees, trees, whales, snails. I think we're part of a greater wisdom than we will ever understand. A higher order. Call it what you want. Know what I call it? The big electron. The big electron. Whoa. 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 It doesn't punish. It doesn't judge at all. It just is. And so are we. For a little while. Thanks for being here with me for a little while tonight. Thank you. Thank you.
Great, George Carlin.
Thank you. Thank you. You in New York City, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself.
All right. Well, that was George Carlin saving the planet. I tell you what, I cannot fault anything he had to say. I don't know about you guys, but George Carlin is always a classic. He's a treasure. He was, sorry. And sadly, yeah, he's no longer with us. Oh my God, he'd have material for months with what's going on now. I hate to imagine he wouldn't need to write anything down. This is what makes me laugh now. Back then, a lot of comedians, they'd write stuff down. They'd practice it over and over and over again to get their routine down, you know. Now, they look on the internet for 2 minutes before they go on stage. Right, there you go. I've got my entire routine now. Look, Biden's falling up the stairs again. You know, ridiculous. Absolutely. It's crazy. The world has gone batshit bonkers. It really has. But we need people like George. We need more comedians like George Carlin. Even now, we need more comedians like George Carlin who's not afraid to say what's true. You know, so many people now, you've got the, what do you call it, the woke culture, the cancel culture. It's like, really? Get over yourself. A lot of things is a joke. You know? It's absolutely silly. Anyway, guys, with that, I hope, well, I was going to say I hope no one is offended by either what I've said or what George Carlin has said. I don't care. There you go. Be offended. But none of this is offensive. There's the difference. If you're offended by me, then just don't watch. But it's not offensive. He's speaking the truth. You know? Full stop, end of story. Right, guys. I'm not sure who the next one is I'm going to look at. I've had a few comedians in mind. Now, I'm thinking of going back a little bit. I was thinking maybe, I don't know, Sam Kinison, Rodney Dangerfield, Robin Williams. Hey, there's one. Robin Williams. I'll have a look. All right, guys. If you do enjoy this video, then you know what to do. Hit the bell, hit the like button, and hit that subscribe button, all right? Catch you on the next one.